Hello and welcome to the first edition of Spartanville Spotlight for the 2023-2024 school year. Each month we will bring you some of the interesting news and stories of what's happening at Greenville Middle School and High School.
This episode is called What's New Greenville? First up, we want to introduce some of our new teachers and staff in each building.
Who are you and what do you teach?
Thanks for interviewing me. My name is Miss Faye, and I teach 12th grade English along with the CGCC English. I also teach IB Literature years 1 and 2.
Where were you before Greenville?
Before Greenville, I taught at this small charter school called Troy Prep, obviously in Troy.
What are your impressions of Greenville so far?
So far, they've been really great. I had a lot of coworkers tell me before school year started that Greenville was the most amazing school, that it was incredible, everybody loves it. And I kind of thought to myself, there's no way that this place is that great. But I have been proven wrong so far. Greenville is as incredible as everybody said, especially the students. They're pretty all right.
Hi, thank you so much for letting us interview you. Who are you and what do you teach here?
I'm Mrs. Kazanjan, or Miss Kaz, and I teach living environment and real-world science.
What were you before you came to Greenville?
Greenville is actually my first teaching job. I'm still a student at UAlbany. This is my last semester. But before I was in Greenville, I lived in Colorado.
What are your impressions of Greenville so far?
Oh my gosh, I love Greenville. I was here last semester. I was Mr. Hutchins' student teacher. And I fell in love with the community, with all the students who are so wonderful, so sweet, always so ready to learn and come up with great ideas.
What led you to becoming a teacher?
Oh, great question. After I had my daughter, my career path kind of took a bit of a turn as I rethought what I really wanted to do with my life. I already had my degree in biology, but I've always loved working with kids. I've always loved teaching. I love empowering people. So that's where I ended up, what I decided to do.
What are you most excited to teach in living environment?
Ooh, that's a hard one. We've been doing microscopes in lab, which that's why I fell in love with biology. But I also love teaching photosynthesis and evolution. Those are my other two favorites.
What's your name and what do you teach?
My name is Tanya Fricke, and I am your new tech integrated specialist here at Greenville.
What did you do before you came to Greenville?
I was the middle school, high school librarian at Taconic Hills, and before that I was an English teacher at Taconic Hills.
So what are your impressions of Greenville so far? How do you like it here?
I love it here. I think everyone is very kind, very nice, very positive, which is great, and I'm really pleased with the culture and the climate of the school.
What does your job entail?
Well, I bounce back and forth between Ellis and the middle school, high school. I help teachers with technology, integrating technology into their classroom. So what do I plan on doing? Teaching teachers how to use tech in their classroom. I can tell you that I signed up to advise the Ellis Technology Club after school, so I did do that, but I'm not a part of Miss Conley's Technology Club yet. So, yeah.
What's your opinion on the new Synergy stuff?
Synergy. I'm used to School Tool like you are, so it's not that much different. To me, it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy, and I've only been working with it since August, but what's your impression?
I don't know how to feel about it yet.
Okay.
But thank you so much for letting us interview you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Who are you and what do you do here?
My name is Renee Royer, or Coach Royer. I am the girls' modified soccer coach, and I'm also the junior FFA advisor.
What did you do before you came here?
I grew up in Honesdale, Pennsylvania, on my grandfather's dairy farm. I went to college in SUNY Cobleskill, where I met my husband, and we relocated here.
What led you to wanting to come here?
The school. We looked for a really long time to find a house in the school district because we wanted our kids to go here.
What are your impressions of Greenville so far? Does it live up to your expectations?
It really does. I love Greenville. I love the staff. I love the community, the teachers, the curriculum. I love everything about the school district.
What are you looking forward to the most this year?
I am looking forward to knowing my team. I'm a new coach with a new team and seeing their progression and learning who everyone is in the school and being here for a really long time.
Who are you and what do you teach?
I'm Mr. June and I teach 7th grade social studies.
Where were you before Greenville?
East Greenbush.
What are your impressions of Greenville so far?
It's very nice. It's enjoyable being in a small school where you get to know everybody.
Who are you and what do you teach?
My name is Miss Bjorkman and I teach 6th grade science.
Where were you before you came to Greenville?
So I was in Greenville for 2 years before this already. I was down in Ellis as the math interventionist, but now I am here, which I love. Right before that, I was down in Fallsburg, New York as a science teacher.
That's cool. What are your impressions of Greenville so far?
My impressions of Greenville, I absolutely love it. I have never met someone, or people I should say, in a whole, as kind as this, as genuine as this, and as friendly and welcoming. So I love being here.
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is yellow, but it has to be like a light, nice pastel yellow, no Pikachu yellows.
That's the right answer.
Thank you.
Who are you and what do you teach?
I am Ms. Zay, and I teach 6th grade social studies at Greenville Middle School.
Where were you before you came to Greenville?
Before I came to Greenville, I was a 5th and 6th grade ELA and history teacher at St. Gregory's in Loudonville.
What are your impressions of Greenville so far?
I started here mid-November of last year, and I think the first impression would be that sense of community, a very supportive environment from the students, the families, my team of teachers, as well as our principal, Mr. Reeve.
Who are you and what do you teach?
Hi, I am Kristen Parrish, and I am the one-to-one educational aide for Haley in 10th grade.
Where were you before you came to Greenville?
Well, I taught for 18 years with Los Angeles Unified School District. I taught elementary school, and then was a stay-at-home mom to our five children for 20 years, and now I am just kind of getting back into education, and our youngest daughter, who's Avonlea, happens to be in 12th grade here.
Nice. What are your impressions of Greenville so far?
Greenville is, I can honestly say, one of my favorite schools that I've ever worked at. There's a very close-knit family feel to the school, among the staff and among the students, and I'm really happy to be a part of it.
Last year, we had 2 exchange students from Europe, but this year we're lucky to have a young lady from Ethiopia. Her name is Elizabeth Ayalu. Let's meet her.
Thanks for letting you interview us. Who are you?
This is Elizabeth Ayalo from Ethiopia, the 3 years exchange student of this year.
How are you fitting in at Greenville?
I guess I'm fitting well. I'm doing lots of classes and I'm joining sports. I joined the girls' tennis team and I'm also joining some other clubs too.
How is Greenville compared to Ethiopia?
First of all, Greenville has very nice, welcoming people. I really appreciate that. And school compared to Ethiopia, there are some hard rules in Ethiopia.
There's also some changes in some of the systems the school uses. There's a new security system called Blue Light. Superintendent Michael Bennett will explain it.
I'm in here with Mr. Bennett, and I have just a couple questions. I was wondering, what is the blue light system?
So our blue light system is an opportunity for us to help notify our community, our school, our students who are coming in, faculty and staff who may be going between buildings, to alert them to a lockdown. And one of the things that we realize is we do a lot of things in the schools to help kids when they're in the buildings, but what we needed was a system that was going to alert our community, our kids who are driving, transportation, that something was going down and not to come into the schools. So we instituted the blue light system over the summer. We had a chance to test it and make some tweaks at the end of the summer, and then hopefully we will get a few more signage to post around the blue light so people know where to look if they're coming into onto the campus and something's going on. And then again, we want to make sure that people are safe. If they see those blue lights, get off the campus. Go somewhere else, wait for more information. But being on campus when those blue lights are on is not a safe option.
Okay. And one more question. Did this morning's accidental start of the system help the district learn anything?
Yeah, Yeah, it definitely did. And I think any time that we institute a new system or we'll go through these drills, we hope to learn from some things. And today was a great example of that. We didn't plan it, we didn't expect it. So we learned a little bit more about the software and how it happened, which helped us. But it helped us also understand how we need to communicate both to our faculty and staff, to our kids, and to our community. We've got a pretty good plan in place in regards to that, but given today's incident, we needed to, perhaps do some things differently. So I met with our middle school and high school principal and head of IT and head of buildings and grounds, communications person for about an hour today. And then we went down, and we also wanted to make sure that Ellis, because they went into a lockout, which is our protocol. So we wanted to go down and make sure that they understood, they got their information correct, and they were able to work their way through their drill as well. So yeah, we learned a lot from an incident like today, and we're always looking to be better because at the end of the day, keeping everybody safe is our number one job.
Many classrooms in both buildings have new furniture and some structural changes. Assistant Superintendent for Business, Mr. Hilgendorf, explains more about these changes.
How many classrooms are getting new furniture this year?
This year at the middle school, high school, we have about 10 classrooms that got new furniture.
Why are we replacing the furniture that we used to have?
Good question. So we started about 8 years ago getting new furniture for the middle school, high school classrooms for a couple of reasons. One is to make the classrooms more flexible, meaning teachers could reorganize and more easily have students work in groups or work individually or just create different structures in their classroom to make it a better learning environment. And also to try to make the classrooms a more comfortable place for students, just updating the furniture to make it nicer for our students.
What is happening to the old desks that we used to have?
So a couple of different things. One, some of it goes into storage, so if we need it, we can always pull it back out and use it if we needed it. Two, some of it actually gets put on an auction site online, so people can go on and bid it and actually purchase it if they'd like. And then some of it, we actually put it into the scrapyard or send it to a scrapyard and get money for the scrap metal.
Thank you for joining us on Spartanville Spotlight. I'm Finn Brownsell.
And I'm Natalie Miller.
See you next time.